Hello everyone, welcome back to TagBit. So this video is all about the difference between semantic and non-semantic elements. Semantic and non-semantic elements are both part of HTML5. Like non-semantic elements were present previously also, but many of the semantic elements are part of HTML5. So I have made one small PPT so that we all can understand it better. Semantic elements clarifies the function, like what they do, by their name only. For example, if I say article, then article shows what it is meant to be done. Therefore, we have semantic elements that have clear understanding, that have clear meaning through their names only. Some of the semantic elements are article, aside, time, main, nef, etc. We're showing you some of the elements by showing how they are used. So now let's just move on to non-semantic elements. Non-semantic elements show nothing through their meaning. As I already told you that non-semantic elements were part of previous HTML versions also. So non-semantic elements are div span. For example, we assign a class or an ID to a div or a span to give meaning to the complete container, to the div. There are some of the semantic elements that I have collected from different sources for you all. I will be showing some of them one by one to you. I am heading over to my VS Code. I have already made one file with the name html_01 with the file extension .html. I am adding my boilerplate here. By the way, I am using VS Code and the extension is Emmet. Emmet extension is already built-in feature of VS Code, and I would highly suggest you to try VS Code once. So for the Emmet extension to show up, or the boilerplate to show up in HTML particularly, you just have to press shift. You just have to press shift along with the exclamation. Then these two options will come up. You just select the above, and here we go. We have the boilerplate code template ready for us. I'm just pressing Ctrl B now and zooming my screen. So I will just rename the document title as difference between semantic and non-semantic elements. Yeah, I'm using tab 9 by the way, so I'm getting auto suggestions. So I will just open this file with my live server. This is also an extension you can find in VS Code. Open with live server. And here we go. I have already my title printed here, difference between semantic and non-semantic elements. Now, so the motive of the topic was to understand the semantic tags and non-semantic tags. So I'm just taking an example of header. Header is one such semantic tags of HTML5. So header, as the name suggests, comes on the head section of the whole document, like it is the topmost section of the HTML document. You have seen some websites, or many websites nowadays have a very thin head section which shows the social media links of the website or the company. So yeah, that comes under header section. You can also just, by going conventionally, you can just assume that it is the navigation bar only, but if we define it in the HTML5 terms, then I would say it is better to define it under the header section. The whole navigation bar is good if it is defined under the header section. Okay, so header section, here under this we can use the nav section. Nav section, you must have an idea about nav. So I'm just going to build a very simple navigation bar. I'm not going to give any link, just the self. Okay, I'm writing home, the usual. So I'm just copying this code four times. I have done this with the help of Alt, Shift and down arrow, just in case if any one of you is wondering. Home, about, then comes services, services and contact. Okay, so now you see, using semantic tags in our web page increases the readability of the web page. I will just show you an example. Let me just open it. Just talking about some example to show you. I'm just heading over to my Insta account, like the TagBits Insta account. I once posted this. So this is a very basic structure of HTML document, but this, look at this structure. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. Now look at this structure. The basic HTML document contains of, like, the first thing is doc type HTML. Then follows the next tag, which is HTML itself. Then follows head tag, which contains all the SEO tag and the title tag itself, and all the reference files that you have to link your document with. Then comes the body. Body contains all the things that you want to display on your web page to your audience or to your consumer. Okay, tag here you see has many tags under this, like section, article, aside. So these are some of the important HTML5 tags that helps mainly in the SEO and making Google crawlers basically crawlers understand and increase the readability of your website. Okay, so now, yes, I have just shown you header and nav. Now the second I'm going to take is detail. Detail is if I take some text from TagBit, I'll just copy this and I paste it. So if I open it here, you see, okay, enclosed all this paragraph in the tag called named details. So if I click on this, I have my text. But what if I don't want this details word to come here? I can use another tag which is also a part of semantic tag named as summary. So the summary is, if I write WhatsApp automation, because the article is about WhatsApp automation only. So you see WhatsApp automation. If we click on this, we find the content. You have seen this thing on many websites. This is a good feature to have in your website. So the next tag that I'm going to use is figure. It is a very useful tag and a very important tag as well. So under this, I'm just going to use the regular IMG-SRC. Just searching of a random flower image. Flower. Just copy the image address, paste it over here. So I have my IMG-SRC completed. Now under this I will write fig caption. Fig caption, and I will write flower since it is a flower image. Now if I head over, I have my flower image loaded here, and with the caption flower, I just shorten it down with is equals to 300. So you now see we have the flower image shortened up. I guess there's enough of the examples. Let me just show you some real life example, like how some famous websites have actually incorporated some semantic tags into their web layout. I will just open Bootstrap Bootstrap, if you don't know, it is a very useful CSS and JavaScript library. Like, just open the docs section of the Bootstrap website. I will just inspect the site. Okay, so now you see, if you just drag your mouse over here, layout is composed of header tag, which is this that you see highlighted. Then comes the nav tag, a site, main tag is another very important tag. Main tag holds all the information that you want to display on your website. And if your code is Google crawler understandable, is understandable to a Google crawler, then it is equally understandable to a human. That way Google ranks your website. So all these semantic tags are very important for SEO purpose. Non-semantic elements are div tag and span tags are based on class and ID. Without class and ID, they do not speak for their function. Without class or ID, div and span tags are not useful. If I give some class, one I have given here, so I have to style it as well. So I hope you now understand the difference between semantic and non-semantic tags. Please comment down below if you have any query. And yeah, thank you for watching, and please share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.